All right. Tip number 5, stand out from the crowd, which is your unique selling proposition, or I forget, perspective, whatever the P is for. Training, testing, titles. So there are many ways for you to stand out from the crowd. Many ways. And if you check off all of them, you are definitely going to stand out from the crowd. So training, testing, and titling. Even if you show up at a dog show and you have a dog that is impeccably behaved and it's just marching around the show beside you, that is going to make you stand out from a crowd. If you have a beautiful banner on a booth at a show, that is going to make you stand out from the crowd. If you have all of the health testing done on your dogs, not just hips and DNA, but if you go through the OFA and you get the chick testing on your dogs, that will really put you above the crowd. Titles, so that would be any kind of sport titles or working titles or championship titles. Your guarantee could possibly make you stand out from the crowd. If your puppies are house trained, you would definitely stand out from the crowd. If they're obedience trained, if they're crate trained, if they're chew toy conditioned, if they're registered, I know that registration adds value from a buyer's perspective. Birth certificate, if you have a breed that can't be registered, for example, if you have a doodle or something like that, you can create a beautiful birth certificate for the dog with the dog's pedigree on something like Canva. Even microchipping will make you stand out from the crowd. Most people do not microchip. And actually, one time I was at the vet with a litter of puppies and they were telling me that most breeders don't even bring their puppies in for a vet check. So vet check, vaccinations, microchip. Okay, back to the vet visit. So vet visits, vaccines is pretty common. I know most breeders in the United States especially do their own vaccinations, which is fine, but I think that you should definitely buy one of those little booklets that you can put the little stickers in from the vaccinations. I definitely think that you should have your puppy's health checked, and I definitely think that you should get one of those health certificates from the vet before your puppy goes to its new home. And the reason I say that is because you're just covering your own ass. And another thing about my entire philosophy and my entire program is what is it called? Peace of mind. Okay. I want you to have peace of mind. I don't want you to be stressed out. That's another reason for health testing. If you've done the health testing for the breed that you're working with, if you've done all the health testing, and there's still a problem in the end with a dog that you've sent out there into the world, you have peace of mind. You did everything that you could do to prevent a bad situation from happening as far as health goes. So a lot of things that you do in your life, you want peace of mind around. That's another reason why I think that reducing the number of dogs that you have is another peace of mind thing. So you, instead of having like 8 dogs, having 3 dogs, or instead of even having 4 dogs because you have a male at your house, having 3 dogs, or having 4 females is going to get you further than having a male at the house too. But we can talk about that. And that's another thing that I want to mention. I want to tell you guys that I'm just giving you ideas. You can take all of this information that I'm giving you and use some of it and not use some of it. And don't worry about it if you're not using it 100%. I was talking to a breeder the other day that can't do one of the things that I suggest, and he's so frustrated. And I'm just like, take the information that I have and use as much of it as you possibly can, just to make your situation better, just to make more money than you're making right now. You know, even I don't do all of this stuff all of the time. It's a lot of stuff. And in my defense, selling puppies is not my income. So when we're talking about someone that wants to quit their day job and sell puppies for a living. Those people have to do more of the things for sure in order to be successful. But the people that are still at the passionate hobby stage, they don't have to do necessarily all of the things. I have a super, super, super cool spreadsheet that I'm going to give you guys at the end of this, and it has all the things in it. And so you can just start like working on each and every one of the things and then start checking them off. Okay, where was I? Puppy personality matching. That's another thing. That's more of a marketing thing as far as I'm concerned, because if you have a breed that has a specific set of traits and behavior, your puppy personality matching test, you're going to have your dogs are going to all be very, very similar. And that was the thing that we found. I thought it was such a fantastic idea. And we started testing our puppies at 7 weeks, 49 days. And out of a scale of 1 to 5, all of our puppies were like 2.5, between 2.5, and 3. And I'm like, well, that's not very helpful. How's that going to help me, with matching these puppies to families? But it's fantastic for marketing. It's absolutely fantastic for marketing. And the buyers get so excited about the puppy personality matching little tests. It's so great. And there's 8 tests. They're super, super easy, and you can do them yourself at home. One of the tests has a stranger come in, so you can get someone to come in, one of your friends or something. Anyway, super easy, and you can film them. And I just, I scored everybody, and then I sent out the scores and in my social media. That's another great thing about all of these things that I'm talking about. These are all opportunities to create stories and posts around. So you can talk about your guarantee. You can talk about how you house train the puppies. You can talk about how you start the obedience training. You can talk about crate training. One friend breeder of mine, Emerald Hills, he put a great video the other day of his pups lounging inside of a crate. So he just takes the door off the crate, the small crate, and he puts it right inside the whelping box with them. And he has bedding in there. And so they sleep in their crate. And that's an amazing, amazing way to start training these dogs to be crate trained. And it makes a great story. Chew toy condition, that's the same thing. That causes the dogs to love the chewing, which all dogs love chewing, but it really gives them something to do while they're in their crate. And it creates a situation where they're not upset when people leave. So it really helps with that what is it called when people go away and the dog gets all freaked out? I forget. Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. Same thing. You can talk about the registration. You can talk about the birth certificate. You can talk about the puppy visit. I always film the visit when I go to the vet so that I have more stuff for my social media. Puppy personality matching. Again, you can film the little tests. You can post those all up. One thing that I didn't put on here, but I just thought of, is that early neurological stimulation, which is something that you can do with the puppies from day 3 to day 16. And it's just tiny little manipulations of the puppies. You just hold them up, you hold them upside down, you hold them on their back, you tickle between their little toes, and then you put them on a cold, wet towel. And it's supposed to stress them a very small amount, but that small amount of stress builds their tolerance for stressful activities like in the future. Hold on, I gotta admit someone else. And there's research. I don't know how solid the research is. I've seen people say this research not's that great, but again, this is a great marketing tip for you guys. There is evidence. It's so easy to do. It makes you stand out from the crowd. Just do it. The next one is photo album from birth to 8 weeks. Well, you can advertise that in your offer, like when your puppy package at the end, when you're putting together all of the things, all of the features and the benefits of buying a puppy from you. You're going to present them with a photo album from birth to 8 weeks, and online. You don't have to print these things. You can just say, here's a link to your photo album. And they have pictures of their puppies from when they were born. And buyers absolutely love that. They love it. Okay, Trupanion, go home offer. That's another thing that's absolutely free for breeders. You just get signed up with Trupanion and you can offer 30 days of free pet insurance for the pet when it goes home. Another one that I found that's fantastic is Baxter and Bella, enrollment or discount. So you can either pay for the enrollment for your puppy buyer. It costs about $130, maybe $135, which you could easily just add to the price of the puppy. And then you have the most amazing backup and after sale care, because this Baxter and Bella they have fabulous series of videos. They even have videos for before the puppy goes home. So they have a sheet on how to hold a family meeting so that the family can decide where the dog's going to pee and poop and if it's allowed on the furniture or not on the furniture and who's going to do this duty and who's going to do that duty. But it really gets the family involved and excited about the purchase of their puppy and about their puppy coming home. And then once the puppy goes home, there's a series of videos that they can watch to train their puppy. And they also have access to a professional dog trainer by video call or phone call whenever they need for the life of the puppy. So if they call you in the future with a question or a problem, you can direct them right back to Baxter and Bella and tell them to call the professional dog trainer. So you are handling their problems without even having to do anything about it. So if you want to invest in testimonials, reviews, and repeat business, buy your clients Baxter and Bella. It's a lifetime enrollment for $130. It's well worth it. The other way breeders do it is Baxter and Bella will give you a discount. It's 25% off the cost. So if you don't want to enroll your puppy buyer families into the school, you can give them a 25% discount, which is a substantial discount. So that's great. I'm just going to take another look at the chat before I change to the next slide. Okay. Okay, Rico says I do my own microchips and I always give the last vaccination at the vets. For $2,500, people expect a vet check. Yes, absolutely right, Rico, 100%. And we're talking about selling dogs at the top of the market. We're not talking about selling cheap dogs anymore. Like we're completely changing our mindsets and we're going for the top. So yes, they expect a vet check, they expect a health cert. This is another thing that we have to discuss. We have to discuss the expectations of a high-end buyer. And then once you know what the expectations are and you know how to fulfill those expectations, you can expect to sell your puppies for a lot more money. So if you do this unique selling proposition and you are standing out above the crowd with all of these things that we just talked about, and you have your health certificate and you have your guarantee and you have all of these things, they will pay you more money. We are looking for people that are happy to pay a premium price for a quality puppy from a buyer that they can trust and that they can count on if they run into a problem in the future. Okay. Will says you would think so, right? I believe more people than less purchase puppies without the vet check. A vet check is a great policy. Yes, peace of mind is also a tight contract. Indeed, this is awesome knowledge. Julie says we gain business from other kennels because our parents are health tested and we guarantee our puppies. Yeah, that's fantastic. And that's absolutely true. I don't refer business to kennels that don't health test. How can I? How could I possibly? Being in the position that I'm in, I can't refer puppy buyers to kennels that don't health test. No, I can't. So health testing will definitely get you more referrals. Hot topic, best shipping practices. People love it when I talk about temps, shipping large breed dogs. I used to ship through Delta Cargo. Small breeds, I would ship them, but my wife says no.